The Kingdom of Oliveston is a glorious island located in the Mediterranean Sea. This video will explain background information on the country and why it should be granted access into the United Nations. There has been a long history of conflict within Oliveston because it is such a desirable island to obtain. Turmoil began when the Catalans retook the island and its neighbor Majorca from the Moors in the 13th century. In 123 BC, Romans conquered the island and ruled for 5 centuries. In the subsequent 5 centuries after Roman rule ceased and after numerous conflicts with the Catalans, Oliveston was finally united with the Kingdom of Spain. However, Spain experienced many civil wars, and Oliveston's economy became more self-sufficient as a result. Finally, in the mid-20th century, Oliveston had a steady enough economy to declare independence. At first, officials from Spain were unwilling to recognize their independence. However, when a trade agreement was reached, the Spanish government recognized them as an independent country. The total population of Oliveston is about 1 million people, many clustered in the capital city of Irene. The ethnicity that most people identify as is Hispanic because of their history of being run by Spain, and the national language is Spanish. The second most frequent ethnicity is Catalan due to the invasion in the 13th century. The literacy rate in Oliveston is 97% of people. This percentage is high because Oliveston is a developed country that can afford to spend funds on education. It is lower than Spain's, however, because there are more native tribes that cannot read or write within Oliveston. Oliveston has a dependency ratio of 50, which means that 50% of the population is dependent on the other 50%. Oliveston has a life expectancy of 80 years for men and 85 years for women. The population pyramid of Oliveston indicates that it is an MDC in stage 4 of the demographic transition. Oliveston is a compact state. The distance from the center of the country to each boundary is relatively similar. The island is about 8,900 square miles, smaller than the neighboring islands of Sicily and Sardinia, but larger than the islands of Majorca and Menorca. Oliveston is bordered by water, which is a physical boundary type. Although Oliveston is constitutionally a nation-state, some argue that it has multiple nations due to the many native tribes that live there. Oliveston is a unitary state, which means that it is governed by a central authoritative government. It is a unitary state because it has a small land area and an ethnically similar population that is less complicated to govern. Also, many surrounding states such as Spain, Italy, and France also have a unitary structure of government. The European Union would benefit Oliveston because it would guarantee peace with other European countries, economic growth, and freedom to travel between members. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization would provide Oliveston with defenders against attack. Finally, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe would build trust between Oliveston and other states and help them work together to prevent conflict. Italy supplies Oliveston with coal, natural gas, and different metals and minerals, while Oliveston supplies fruit, fish, silver, and copper with Italy. France is one of the larger trading partners with Oliveston and imports a portion of its citrus supply. The country also has a high demand for silver and copper from Oliveston's mines that can be used to make jewelry. The unofficial state symbol of Oliveston is a palm tree within an orange. Oliveston is known for its glorious beaches and for its main export of citrus. Because of the depletion of fossil fuels, Oliveston is using more renewable energy sources, such as hydropower and solar panels. Due to necessary defense during Spain's civil wars, Oliveston has well-developed armed forces that consists of an army, a navy, and an air force. Thank you for your time and consideration in making Oliveston a part of the United Nations.